Can you hear me? So, yeah.
Hello. Uh, I'm I'm trying out something different again. Um, this time I'm trying out my like good microphone, the microphone that I use in. I don't know if I used it in the test one. No, I did because I used it to record the questioner's voice for that. But hi, yes. So things are gonna be a little bit weird. I'm still trying to figure some stuff out. I'm hearing I'm hearing a weird whirring sound on my end, but it should be fine. Hopefully it's fine. Uh if you hear whirring sound on in the live, let me know. So today, uh so so last time I was doing this, I had gotten all the line art and coloring done. As you can see, I don't have the color right now because I am redoing some of the line art. I realized what I did not like in this picture, or especially for me, and that's because I didn't really have anything that would indicate a sleeve, that it would be a sleeve. It just kind of looks like bare arms in a sense. So I decided to add a little poof for me. So yeah, that's what I'm doing. I'm adding poofs. Let me get up on Discord. All right, so that's there. I'm gonna do that, and I'm gonna this. Just trying to make sure I have everything. Is Twitch rolling? Is Twitch good? Twitch looks good. Twitch looks good. Okay. So now I can get out of that. I'll get out of that. Trying to like make everything better. I'm trying to also like look at stuff a little bit more. Um. Okay. I'm gonna finish something up real quick, and then I will get to drawing. Smack that. I'll actually double task. I shall double task. Okay. I have different. I don't know what's going on with this whirring sound, but it's going on somewhere. And I actually should, yeah. It's like I should be able to hear myself also through these mics because it's a good microphone. I'm actually able to hear myself, so I can. Hello, who is
Hello.
this? Ah, you're loud.
Oh.
Ow. No, you're good. That was on me. That was on me. I had uh that is on me. Speak again, please.
Hello.
Okay. Good on good on my end. Do I sound good through Discord?
Yeah, you sound good.
Okay, cool. Cause I'm using my like good mic. Um and yeah, I'm like on my end through my headphones, I'm hearing this like whirring sound.
I do not hear that.
Okay. It I had I had a feeling it was just something on my end. But yeah. So, all right. Now that I have gotten my distractions out of the way. No, because since once I got Legends Arceus, I've been in like a mad dash trying to both complete the like Pokemon home decks for Legends Arceus, plus complete the decks for in the game itself, plus also finish the game. So I'm like multitasking all of those things at once. And it consumes every ounce of my headspace right now.
Gotcha. I've
But yeah, how
started
are you?
playing Animal Crossing again since they updated it for the Switch 2.
Ooh, yay.
I mean, I reset my island again, so I don't have much right now. Although I have paid off 2 loans already.
I don't think I'm ever resetting my game.
Yeah, that's fair. That's just how I am with Animal Crossing. I never want to go back to it if I take a giant gap.
Yeah. I'll take the gap. The villagers just have to deal with it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the beginning part is pretty fun too. It's been like probably like
Yeah,
5 years since I've touched it.
fair enough.
But it's just different personal preference differences.
Yeah.
I will say I did get very lucky with the villagers on my first island. So it is kind of sad that unless I start forking out money, I probably won't get strawberry shortcake rhino or whatever that Japanese sweet octopus is called.
Mm.
Zucker is his name. Now I just have to remember what strawberry cake rhino's name is.
I don't know. Maybe his name will forever elude us.
Her.
Her. Sorry. Oopsies. But yeah, so as I was kind of telling my audience, uh, I realized why I didn't like the picture for me, for this, and it's because how I did the sleeves, they didn't convey being sleeves. It just
Mhm.
mostly conveyed like like they were just bare arms. So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna add poofs. I'm gonna add poofs to these sleeves. Also, on a completely different note that no one else will get other than you, but I finally finished the second chapter of Bloodlust.
You is that the AU thing?
Yep.
Okay. I,
Sorry,
I assumed it based off blood, but I was like, she said I would get it, and I don't recognize the title.
sorry. I thought I told you. Decided to name it Bloodlust.
It's okay. I hear blood, and I know it's related to Cain.
Yeah. But yeah, finally finished the second chapter for it.
Okay.
And I'm still not at the castle. I'm treating this thing like a book.
Yeah. You mean Johnny's not there yet?
Yeah, no.
Oh, okay.
Uh, I've had I've had really only one instance of someone being at the castle, that and that's a part with Makini,
Gotcha.
which I can't quite share with Jester because that pertains to Willow, the person in Johnny's backstory. So
Gotcha.
okay, so merged there. Um,
Yeah, how much have you been sharing about it with others? I'm just curious.
You are the only one. I
Okay.
have shared their
Because Kane is way too
it
important to the story.
well, it's not necessarily that, it's more like because I don't know because I don't like, I know how Kane talks and acts for the most part.
Yeah.
It's his dad that I don't know. So I'm like, I really need this for, like, how his dad would speak, Florian would treat servants, which we've only seen one servant, and that's Naaman in here. But
Yeah, yeah, he treats Naaman exactly how Naaman expects to be treated. That is the
yeah,
stream-friendly way of saying it.
yeah. But like I didn't want to leave it be just Naaman. So I was like, huh, these guys could technically fit in within the castle, being like more either like more taboo or just more monstrous. Or just a little bit more amoral to where they could work. Because I have Stan's arachnid character from Pathfinder. I can't remember his name, but I have him. Um, the alchemist.
Yeah, and you said
I think that's
Azaria
it.
too, right?
And Azaria is there too because Azaria is a necromancer. So, and because there really isn't much to go off for her, I'm like, you know what? Sure, let's
I
do
mean,
this.
Azaria wasn't that good of a person, to be fair.
I mean, yeah, but still,
Like, they were definitely part of
base.
the reason why you were used to your mom creating morally questionable characters.
Yeah,
Then she just decided to take a break from that with Crooked Moon.
creating a small being who is ah shit. Hi,
You pasty.
I know. Some might say I look like a vampire.
No,
Well,
How
that
dare
was
you?
straight to the point.
How
I ain't
dare
got
you
the energy
contradict
for your
me?
silliness.
Too bad. You can't choose when the silliness interacts with you. It just happens.
Yes, I can.
No, you cannot.
Like so.
Oh, well, there he goes.
I mean, that's one way to do it, but then he won't be able to. I mean, that's like one way to do it, but then that mean oh shit, wait, hold on. I need to add your icon. Eh. Nope, wrong one. Fuck. I have been switching you and Chris around lately, and I don't know why. I fucking hate it.
Mm.
Eh. There we go. We got the EP Isaiah.
Good.
Yeah, there we go.
Oh yeah, I need
So
to
yeah, how are you?
refresh it. Yep,
Yeah,
there I
I
am.
yeah I have Discord up. I have
Mhm.
it I have it streamed up on Discord. Um,
Oh, you do?
yeah,
I don't know how I missed that. Okay, thank you.
cause I know with YouTube it tends to be really bad and laggy. Or at least it continuously gets far behind.
Yeah,
So I
especially when
just
I have the Discord tab open, which I
yeah.
usually like to when I'm talking to people.
So yeah, I just figured that for quick ease of access on just getting this up, thought you might like just being able to do that. So yeah. But yeah, back to like sharing stuff. Um I was thinking because I finished a fun little part for me. I was trying to figure out how to do it a little bit,
Mhm.
but I finished off a little because within each chapter it often will flip around from different perspectives. Um
Mhm.
So I was kind of thinking of sharing a soft little moment between the fuck is that? What is Oh, is that part of Ventus's? Hold on, pause. I gotta figure this out. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that was part of Ventus. Okay, I figured it out. Um, but I was kind of thinking about maybe sharing that a soft little moment between Hope and Johnny. Because
I mean,
in this
okay.
Yeah, because I mean, like, in this world, um, Hope would be, relative friends with Johnny.
Yeah. Makes sense. They are
Oh,
both
the
people who want to
fanfic.
do the right thing,
Yes.
but occasionally will do the right thing through not so great means.
Yeah. Well, right now, it's more like right now I have Hope being more of just, like, because right now we don't really see any of that stuff at the moment.
You have the
Uh,
original version of Hope, is what you're saying.
yeah, it's more closely related. Well, also, because this isn't necessarily Hope centered, um, like, like, because we're not gonna really have much of that. I don't know. I'm I'm kind of waiting. I was thinking about a part of, like, maybe like there was a bit of a manhunt to catch Kane, and this would be when Johnny has been turned. Um, but uh Johnny goes to, like, protect Kane, being like, hold on, wait, just let him go. Uh he's not as bad as he looks. Like, I know he's done terrible things, but, like,
That
please
is a
trust. Yeah,
lie
it's like,
with this version of Kane.
yeah. Well, it would be like a please trust me, just let us go and all. And I was debating between, like, between Hope just deciding to trust Johnny because of their past friendship, or being like, no, sorry, you've turned, and unfortunately I gotta protect our people first.
I
So
feel like
I don't
Hope
know.
should be able to see through that bullshit.
Yeah.
Because
I was
this is starting campaign Kane, but worse.
Yeah. Well, I was honestly thinking about maybe rolling some dice for that. But yeah. Uh okay. So now I got that. Now I can do the background again. And now I shall do. Mm.
So, like, which characters are you focusing on other than the vampires?
Well, okay. So I did kind of read you off on, like, all the people that would be in that world.
Yeah.
Um I think I've added a couple people since then, and I've edited things around a little bit. Um but yeah, like, all of those people are in there right now, and it'll depends on what POV I want to be able to center on at the moment. Because the main two POVs are going to be Johnny and Kane. Uh, when we get to Kane. Uh,
Well, you sent me something from Kane's
yeah,
POV.
yeah, but that was only a tiny little thing.
Yeah.
I haven't gotten to Kane's POV anymore yet. Um,
Okay.
I have Makimi's POV to kind of fill in some stuff that's happening over in that area. And then I have Hope's POV for, like, the knight/guards side. I don't know of anyone else I would focus POVs on. I mean, I know all of the bounty hunters and assassins I'm going to wind up doing either small POVs, or I mean, they're all going to have a POV at some point, because I do want to have, like, maybe a chapter where it's just all of them finding either the bounty or getting the mission to like go out, kill the vampires, aka go kill Kane. Um and yeah, I don't necessarily have any other POVs.
Gotcha. I was just curious.
It it's mainly just gonna depend on uh how things work out.
Mhm.
Because I wasn't thinking about having Hope's POV until I realized that certain things narratively, I'm like, okay, I kinda wanna have this cute little moment, but it would be odd to have it within Johnny's POV, even though I am doing it in third person, it's still Johnny's POV.
Yeah, I could tell that with the constant mention of predator and prey and canes.
Yeah. Yeah, so like while it is third person, it still is very much focused on this character and their mind, uh mostly. Okay, so now I need to shade, and I think this goes through both of them.
So
I
how
do
are
that.
the demons gonna get brought in?
Um, there might be one point where Florian sends Kane and Johnny out on a special trade deal run. And I haven't really thought of it, but like I did. I thought about it a little bit on like, well, so maybe Johnny and Kane go on this like little like the only thing I can think of right now is grocery shopping, but it's not that. It's just more
Just
like they're going over there, they're doing trade deals, stuff like that. They got
yeah,
stuff that they got to do
business.
there.
They still have to
Yeah,
do business.
yeah, they have business over there. Uh, because I do want Johnny to get that golden fiddle at some point. But because I'm not gonna have the original devil that Johnny winds up winning it from, um, and I have it instead uh with Lily, because Lily stole it and then added it to her hoard.
Of course she did.
Um, I'm I'm probably gonna have that where it's like, uh, she either gives it up to Johnny or uh Johnny sees it and winds up stealing it for themselves.
Gotcha.
Whichever one comes first. But yeah, somehow they're gonna wind up over there, but that that's like a ways away. I still
Yeah,
gotta get to the fucking castle, and I haven't gotten there yet.
gotcha. Like I said, I was just curious.
Yeah. Well, I should be getting there in the third chapter. This next chapter. Because uh Johnny just learned a thing, and yeah.
Yeah, you can just tell me it's stuff you don't want to talk about yet.
I mean, it's not necessarily stuff I don't want to talk about. It's stuff that I don't know if
Yeah,
it would be
spoilers.
spoilery. So I'm like, what can I do for this? But no, like, so, so, basically, what, um, so in the story, I had it be like, not only was, Willowshade captured, but, um, one of Johnny's siblings was, or, well, two technically, um, were killed. They like those three were taking like a little walk out in the night, and because when you had mentioned that vampires can't just simply break into a home, um, I had to quickly change how I was gonna have stuff happen, because I know I needed one of the siblings to be dead inside the house. Uh, but because it can't be a break-in, I'm like, okay, how can I do this now? So what I wanted doing for that is that
I mean, they could be invited in if Johnny's family is stupid.
they're not. The problem is that the problem yeah, the problem is that this is a world where vampires are well known. Cain and his father are well known and heard of.
Yeah, no, that's why I said if they're stupid. That
Yeah,
was a joke.
even the most like country bumpkin of country folk out in the farmlands knows not to let the vampire prince in. Uh
Yeah.
Naaman could technically fly under the radar because no one really knows who any of the servants are. So like they could, under the right circumstances, or in the case of Makimi's instant, which is just like a brief little thing, Makimi winds up getting kidnapped because she hears a like panicked voice at the door, at like begging her to let them in. But then the moment she opened it, she saw the vampire prince, and like they may not come in, but I'm gonna call the shots on, they can more than likely grab a person and drag them out.
Yeah, if you open the door for a vampire, all bets are off. They can pretty much do anything.
Yeah. So like the moment Makimi opened the door, it was basically lights out and kidnap. Uh, but yeah.
But yeah, that's just traditional vampire lore, but I believe it's still a thing in D&D about
Yeah.
vampires having to be invited.
Yeah. I'm also going to, because I can't remember, because I'm trying not to look at like vampire stat sheets and all, uh because like I don't want to be spoiled about anything for that for Crooked
I
Moon.
am hoping for I feel like we'll know a lot about Florian's stat sheet, but that's something I have to talk to Christian over. I basically want it to be a case of we definitely are fighting someone who is stronger than us, like even collectively, but we stand a chance because Kane knows a fuck ton about his dad.
Yeah. Um but but like for that specifically, I'm trying not to look at too many things. But I was watching someone react to Legend of Vox Machina, and I had completely forgotten that, for because in the Percy arc, uh the Briarwoods, or in the very least,
Silas.
yeah, Silas Briarwood, he's a vampire. And they have the vampire, and he has like the vampire charm. So I'm thinking about maybe incorporating a little bit of that in with Florian's dad. Um,
You mean Kane's dad?
or Kane's dad, sorry.
Florian is the dad.
I was wanting to say Florian, but then I was also trying to say Kane's dad, so then just that happened. Don't mind me.
Yeah, Florian's dad died like what, probably I mean Florian himself is 900 years, so close to that many years ago.
Fair enough. I love how this turned into drawing session with mild talks of fanfiction.
I mean, I don't mind. Like I said,
No,
I
I don't
put way
mind
too much
either.
effort into Kane, so I'm happy for him to be a major part in it, especially since Evil Kane won't get too much time to shine in campaign.
I mean, yeah. Evil Kane sucks.
Also, it's just bad at being evil.
Fair enough.
Yes, yes, he is, but he will be more competent in the fan fiction. He would not be turned into a vampire unless he was actually competent at killing. Like,
Fair enough.
literally, that's pretty much what saved Kane, is the fact that he's really fucking bad at killing.
Well, damn.
Because pretty much the two things Florian was waiting for was motivation, which everyone knows Kane has, and
Yep.
again, be actually being fucking decent at killing.
Fair point. Fair point. Yeah, so how I had things go uh like the three people uh was like as I said, those three were walking around at night. Uh and I mean, easy pickings. I mean, if you just gotta fill up one house with two people, hey, there there's one person who's very easy to take, and then like free meals. So what basically winds up happening is Willow winds up getting taken. Uh one of the siblings dies trying to protect Willow, which I won't say why, but there's a very good reason as to why. And Kane just went, you know what? Chicken. So it was an Aarakocra that was defending. Um, and then once he basically like killed them, turned the Aarakocra invisible, to hide the body, and then took more of his time with the halfling sibling. Um, in which actually wait no swap actually I can't remember what order I had them, because the halfling sibling, Kane thinks he killed the halfling sibling fully. That wasn't the case. The halfling sibling was still alive and kicking, but only had enough strength to drag themselves back to into the house.
How
Uh,
strong is this halfling sibling? Like, I imagine Kane's pretty powerful at this point.
I mean,
Like, don't get me wrong, I can't talk. I have in Kane's backstory someone surviving who really shouldn't survive, but that's because pretty lady.
yeah, I mean, I had to find some way, because if Kane is like that competent, it would basically be like nearly impossible for for me to get the story to progress to get to the castle. Uh
Gotcha.
because if Kane managed to kill two siblings and kidnap another and leave no traces, then it's like basically the story would end with them in a like unless someone just had like the wildest idea of like, oh, maybe it's the vampires. But like
I mean, you could have
other
it that, like, I mean, I don't know, like, how isolated the farm is from civilization, but, like, if you put Kane on a time limit, he's not gonna make very good decisions.
yeah, um
Like, that's why he has such a I mean, his wisdom score isn't hilariously bad. I think it's as high as Johnny's
oh,
intelligence score.
the
Um,
JS gone. Eh,
yeah.
think we bored him.
Well, we'll see if he comes back. But yeah. But basically that's what I'm getting at with wisdom being his lowest score is Kane makes very stupid decisions on the fly. So if there was like a time limit, like people were noticing something going down, he'd be a lot more likely to leave someone alive.
See, that's kind of what I was thinking, but again, I need, but again, like, that would really have only happened with the break-in situation. Um, because if it was something where it's like they broke in, then they would have noticed, Willow, because, uh, because of reasons, would have tried to take her, but one of the siblings would have been up at that time and would have started fighting back, in which in that case then uh then the rest of the family would start to wake up because they would hear a lot of commotion, uh and probably Willow calling out for the rest of the family. And then that would have left enough of a like hasty decision type thing. But because I can't do that, I gotta make it to where where one of these characters somehow manages to survive. So yeah, it essentially it's Deus Ex Machina, but one of like I can't exactly think of a good way to get this to flow well.
Gotcha. No worries. I mean, if you really want to, we could just pretend like that rule doesn't exist, but
Nah, I already have it here.
which total side note, that's still true of modern day Kane to a degree. I mean, attacking the small village we started off in was a horrible idea, so
Yeah,
he is definitely less competent I than he would be depicted in the fan fiction, but
yeah,
for the most part, the reason why he got caught on multiple occasions was I well, no, it's not really the same. Because what I'm saying here is like he's on a time limit, he's under pressure. In modern day Kane, it's more just he's getting stupidly excited about killing and doing dumb shit because of it.
yeah.
So I guess there is a bit of a difference.
You know what? I'm gonna try and see if I can find some uh because as much as I like silence and just being able to talk with people, it does also get unnerving.
Yeah,
So I'm gonna try and see if I can find some copyright free uh instrumental music.
gotcha. And yeah, Isaiah was just tired. I jokingly messaged him, like, where did you go? And he said, bed.
Okay.
So he's not coming back.
Yeah. I mean, I kind of figured. Uh um I guess I should say copyright free. All right, let's try this. Oh, that's loud. Let me just turn this down a little more. Go. There we go. So now it should be just loud enough to where we can listen to it, then also people can hear us. Or specifically you. Because I have the desktop audio only for art streams. I haven't made a thing for having just Discord audio.
Mm-hmm.
actually some really nice music. Don't want to erase. Yay, ink.
I am kind of sad that Isaiah left, because talking about this stuff just like, I guess it's a conversation that I haven't thoroughly played out too much in my head. But it would be a very light game conversation, because I think even Kane realizes how fucked up it sounds like to a normal person. But, well, Victor isn't a normal person, but you know what I mean.
Yeah, someone kind of like Johnny. Or someone else.
Yeah, there's a lot of conversations that I don't know who Kane is going to have with it first, but I am excited. Mostly from the perspective of Victor, to see how they respond to the fact that Kane fucking knows his dad's plan for him was to kill him and turn him into a vampire. And he had no problems with it.
Damn.
That's something Kane is knowledgeable about.
Damn. That's sad.
And considering he would have been more powerful at the time, it wouldn't be a very quick... Well, okay, Florian's powerful. It definitely could still be a quick death, but...
I was gonna say, like... Depending on the situation, Florian may know a way to just get it done quickly.
It would at least have to be 2 attacks, because they have to die to a vampire bite. And there's no way a post-Baldur's Gate campaign Kane would die to 1 vampire bite.
Fair enough.
But yeah, that's pretty much what was revealed to Kane when he accepted the Warlock contract, which the contract itself was basically a formality. The main thing Florian was trying to get across was that he was expecting him to actually start being able to contribute to the family legacy, I guess is the best way to word it.
Yeah. You need to learn how to be a good vampire, son.
Yeah, I guess just to thoroughly give away with it, a lot of the stuff that I created with Florian were greatly inspired by Kane's playlist. In particular, High Hopes, the line about Manifest Destiny. I took that literally, as in, like, Kane would have been, like, leaving Baldur's Gate after getting turned. Like, he wouldn't be staying with his dad. Literally, that's how fucked in the head Kane is at that point. That he's convinced he can't have actual relationships, that he was just accepting a life of power over others and no, like, meaningful connections.
Fair enough.
Obviously, that's not happening in your little fan fiction, but there's definitely reasons for that. Florian probably needs the help at this point.
Can I just take a moment to say if one more person on Twitch tries to sell me viewers through whatever website.
Oh, you've got a bot in your chat, don't you?
Yes, I have a bot in my chat.
Is there like a way to report that?
That's what I was trying to see. It doesn't seem like it. It just has a thing of like, oh, click to reply, and I'm like I'm also trying to like right click on the name, but like it ain't working. Oh wait, let me get my custom reason.
Okay.
I know it's more likely. I know it probably is just a bot, but like in the case that it's a person, I'm just giving them a warning for now.
Okie dokie. That's fair.
But yeah, like if it does continue to do that, I probably need to like have like a Twitch rule or something. Place it somewhere. I can't remember where I would need to set it, but set it somewhere where basically like no selling me viewers, or else you get banned. Something like that.
Yeah.
Actually, just get. Okay, wait. Alright. Never mind. Wait, actually, let me just. That and that. There we go. So now I can do shading relatively well. Doing that. I keep trying to fill it in when I've got it on the eraser.
But yeah, there are a couple things I've imagined Kane telling Johnny first, but I can't even remember what they are now.
Probably something along the lines of like, I murdered people.
Well, he's told Victor that already, so no! I mean, not directly yet, but he's definitely going to the next time they talk. I know the next time they talk, Victor's going. If Victor doesn't already suspect it, because I'm pretty sure it's fucking obvious, Kane is going to point blank say his dad's a vampire. Honestly, looking back, I'm not sure why he didn't in the first conversation, but me and Kane both weren't really thinking because of the stressful situation.
Yeah. But oh well, what can you do?
No, I've been very happy with how I've played both Kane and Bun,
Yeah.
and I can't wait because I'm pretty sure with you saying that about how Despair will respond if a chorus says something about helping people. I know Chris well enough to know he is absolutely going to say something.
Yeah, it may
So I
not.
can't wait for that to go down and I do think once the initial disaster wears down, Bun might try to talk to him while also not divulging that much information.
Well, see, like, I don't think it's necessarily gonna be like that. Because really, because, like, all it would, like, because Despair's not going to say anything about it unless, like, Acaris just happens to mention again, like, oh, it's sad that all these people, aren't gonna get their medicine, but, like, hey, it's good that they're getting compensated, and hey, at least we get, then it's just gonna be something like an offhanded mention of, like, yeah, no. That's not how
Yeah,
this is
see, but like I said, I'm pretty sure since you said that to Christian, he's probably going to go out of his way to say something.
working.
Like, maybe not. I know Christian definitely plays D&D for very different reasons than I do, but I still feel like it would be in character for Acaris to mention it again.
Perhaps, we'll see.
But I haven't played in my head as thoroughly as I do a lot of conversations with Kane, but I do have ideas for what I want Bun to say and specifically not say.
Fair enough, fair enough.
I've also made some slight changes to Bun's playlist, based around the fact that this might wind up going down.
Yeah, fair enough, fair enough.
You know, I added Twiddling Them Thumbs to Bun's playlist after I listened to Despair's playlist. I still somehow managed to completely forget that song was in Despair's playlist.
Hey, it's a cynical view on the world.
Yeah. But yeah, I bring it up because I actually placed it earlier in the playlist because I feel like that would be a good one for a conversation with Acaris.
Fair enough. Ah, shit. Didn't mean to go that far.
I originally had it a lot later in the playlist, around, like, some of the more Rebellion songs, although I did temporarily archive We Didn't Start the Fire because I'm not quite sure if that's the direction I'm gonna take Bun in. He's absolutely keeping We're Not Gonna Take It no matter what, though. Not that you've seen Bun's playlist.
Yeah. Sorry, I just got so fixated on the fact that you said archive.
Oh. Yeah, I guess that's not really how it's pronounced.
Sorry, I was trying to find, like, some way to, like, bring it up in a friendly way.
Nah, you're good. I don't mind. But yeah, Zephyr is and Florian too, but Zephyr is the only character I've actually played at whose playlist isn't close to 4 hours long.
I mean, fair. You haven't really been able to add anything to it.
Yeah. Well, I did add a couple of songs to Zephyr's that are taking some artistic liberties based off the fact of how clearly influenced Zephyr was being from Ventum.
Fair enough.
But I do feel like it's safe to say that's where their arc would have ended.
Fair enough.
And both Lyzoska and Kane, I've very easily been able to plan ahead. Because I talk way too much with Isaiah about how I'll interact with his characters mostly.
Fair enough.
Although, now that I made a playlist with just the Kane Johnny songs, technically Johnny has as many songs as Victor does.
Fair enough. Completely forgot to add gloves.
Yeah. Oh, and I also did see that you watched the playlist I sent you. And I probably will just put Kane's whole playlist on YouTube closer to when the campaign's over.
Fair enough.
It's just, I know things are going to change. But I do feel like Kane's playlist is mostly complete at this point.
Fair enough.
Oh, I guess this is something I never told you. I did add yet another song from Despair's playlist to Kane's, because I honest to goodness do not know why the fuck I didn't look at it for Kane's before. I specifically was looking at it for Lyzoska's, and I did add it to hers too, but it's what I want to be.
Mm-hmm.
I added it to Kane's Fuck You Dad section as like the final song.
That makes me think of the fuck you dad bit. Makes me think of Hell of a Boss with Octavia. With when we first see her and she's talking to Stolas. It's like, what are you listening to,
as
sweetie?
much as I don't like how the show pretends like Stolas did nothing wrong, Florian's still a way worse parent than Stolas says. Like, that's still true, even if the show really, really should stop acting like Stolas is perfect.
Well, I think the last episode kinda did just that.
I have my qualms with Hell of a Boss. There's aspects of the last episode I didn't like. Some of it's that I probably listened too much to other people's opinions. But even before I started watching reviews, I didn't like how quick Blitz and Stolas were to act lovey-dovey. But I do get it. I ship people stupidly easily, too. It's just, there's a lot of things with Hell of a Boss that I don't like how it's been handled, but it's not like anything that makes me like hate the show or anything. Like, I still reference it a lot with my D&D characters.
Fair enough.
I would argue Millie's probably the character on Lyzoska's kin diagram she's the most like, even though I usually say it's the middle character.
Fair enough.
Which I did debate between Cherry Bomb and Millie as to which one I think is closer to Lyzoska in terms of romantic interest. But Isaiah himself is the one who told me the cherry bomb surreptitious dynamic reminds him of Lyzoska and Doug. And also, I just feel like, oddly enough, a lot of Moxie's backstory beats are slightly closer to Lyzoska than they are Doug.
Yep, fair enough.
Although Moxie's dad is way worse than Lyzoska's parents are. That's definitely a theme that I want to emphasize a bit more in her next backstory. Don't get me wrong, Lyzoska's parents are shitty people, but they aren't nearly as bad as Lyzoska thinks they are.
Fair enough.
But currently, as of her playlist, I do still have her killing her family. There's a reason why both her and Kane have What I Want to Be in there.
Fair enough.
Although surprisingly, that is the only song she took from Kane's Fuck You Dad section. But that's because Lyzoska never loved her parents.
That's a big ol' yikes.
Yeah, like I said, her parents aren't exactly good people, but they were trying to be good parents. Sort of. Her mom's definitely the worst of the two.
Fair enough.
I'm not going to talk too much into it because it could be triggering. Because, honestly, it just like talking about it, like, in general, like, separate from Lyzoska would probably be triggering for me, so.
Fair enough.
But there's definitely a reason why she doesn't like her parents. Saying she never loved her parents is a bit of an exaggeration. As per her backstory, pretty much she gave up on them at the age of 12 because of one specific incident that I'm going to try to keep secret, although I will say there is one change that I think I want you to make to her art that might make it kind of obvious.
Alright.
But I'll get into that once we're done with Crooked Moon, because we're not close to done with it.
Yep.
But honestly, I would say if I was going to get rid of What I Want to Be in either the two's playlist, it would probably be Lyzoska. Like I said, I must not have been paying attention to that song because I don't know how I missed it with how many Despair songs I put in Kane's playlist.
What can I
It
say?
is.
Despair shares many things with many people.
It is very fitting for Kane. Including the source material.
Fair enough.
Like, talking about my playlist nonsense, your viewers have no fucking clue what I'm talking about. My favorite part about Kane's playlist is he has 2 songs in there sung by Marceline. Neither fucking song has anything to do with being a vampire.
They can't all be vampire songs.
I know, but just the fact they're sung by a vampire and aren't vampire songs is hilarious.
Fair enough.
Okay, one of them I only have in there because of the title, to be fair. Because it's an instrumental, and I always... Whenever I include instrumentals, it's because the title is very on the nose.
Fair enough. So, yeah. Wait a second. Could do this. Slowly.
Yeah, putting Susie and Lyzoska's kin diagram is another one of those things of, I don't know why I didn't think of this earlier.
Fair enough.
But I do actually have a theory as to why, which is number one, I believe in Deltarune it's at least hinted at that she's an orphan.
Yeah.
And that definitely matches Kane's trauma more than Lyzoska's, although I do still think there's enough there to place her in the middle for Lyzoska. And number two, the actual reason why I thought of her in terms of Kane to begin with is the whole arc about becoming a good healer.
Fair enough.
So I think just because I had thought about her in terms of Kane before, I wasn't thinking about her when making Lyzoska's kin diagram, but they do have a fuck ton of similarities. Except for the fact that Susie's definitely a better person than Lyzoska. Because at some point I told Jester that Lyzoska might get better depending on the party dynamics, but I'm still heavily leaning more towards she's staying a murder hobo just for some fucking reason Doug doesn't care.
Yeah. Sometimes you need a murder hobo in the party.
Yeah, and also the first time we played with those characters, let's be honest, they were all degenerates.
I mean, yeah.
I still meet the crew from Despair for that reason. As in, like, this is what's going on in Lyzoska's head when she meets these fuckers.
Really loud for some reason.
Yeah.
Not you, but the music.
Gotcha.
This felt really nice. And it's only 5:30. Wait, no, I won't make a copy yet. Make a copy after I get done.
But yeah, in total, from Despair, Lyzoska has bad guy, which isn't Lyzoska herself, that's her ex.
Fair enough.
Meet the crew. I think the second one that appears actually is Wolf in Sheep's Clothing. And in Lyzoska's case, she's actually the one singing it. She does not share it with Kane for the reasons Kane has it in his playlist.
Fair enough.
And then, yeah, the last one, which is What I Want to Be. Pretty much Wolf in Sheep's Clothing is the first song in Lysaska's playlist I would call a murder song.
Mm. So now I will copy this over and...
There were definitely violent tendencies beforehand, but nothing that blatant about I want to fucking kill you.
Fair enough.
Which I guess I'll ask you this now, because I've kind of made arguments in my head for both sides, but I am leaning more towards Despair's side being the same as Kane's. Which side were you thinking of when you put that song in Despair's playlist?
Which song?
Wolf in Sheep's Clothing.
Despair being the wolf.
Okay, so yeah, Kane's side then.
Yeah.
And then Lysaska has the same side as Kara.
Yeah. Cause like a lot of the songs are how Despair sees themselves. More than likely.
Yeah. I mean, this wasn't the original interpretation I had for it, but because I'm hoping to play Kane smart enough to where none of his victims wind up recognizing him with Kane, that is the current interpretation I have for it in Kane's playlist.
Fair enough.
I have both it and Monster by Lady Gaga in between the two songs that I recently made Johnny songs.
Mm-hmm.
But the original interpretation was supposed to be literal. Yeah, he's in a place with dead people now.
Fair enough. Sometimes you just can't escape the dead people.
Yeah. No, I mean, this is one of the things I have in mind for, like, at the end of the campaign. Kane will fully just stop disguising himself after a while. So at that point, he'll probably be hearing from quite a few of his victims. But at that point, he will be far too powerful for them to actually fucking do anything about it.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Okay, he probably is going to ask Victor about how crimes while alive work before he commits to that.
Fair enough. Always gotta ask your lawyer what can you get away with?
Yeah, Kane's smart. He will ask, is this like a clean slate thing, or can I genuinely get arrested for what I did in life? Because I think I've at least hinted that the sadism and a little bit of the assholery will definitely stick around. And that's definitely a bit that's leaning into it.
Yeah, fair enough. I can't remember if you mentioned that or not either.
I definitely know I've mentioned it with the sadism. You know, 100
Yeah.
years of totally normal adventuring with mom and dad.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, he'll definitely still get a kick out of people hating him. I mean, if they do actually confront him, he will apologize, just in the most asshole way ever.
A random person Kane killed. You killed me! Kane, well, I am so sorry that you were too slow to get out of my way.
No, more of a genuine apology than that. I just more mean the fact. I more mean in, like, his face will say a lot.
Eraser.
And I definitely know that I've at least hinted at him wanting to regain his riches.
Fair enough. Yeah, fair enough.
Kane's idea of rebelling is, I'm going to fucking stay a Von Aldridge and do it in the way my dad would hate the most.
Yeah.
So he wants the manor back.
Hmm.
The only thing I haven't quite figured out is how he would get blood when he's retired, but Kane's smart. He can probably figure out, like, whether with the help of someone or whatever, a way to withdraw blood from people without actually biting them. Because I know that's something I've went into, how it's feeding blood in particular that triggers things in him. But he also does not want to fucking give up on drinking blood. It's too tasty.
Fair enough. I know I like the taste of my own blood, so.
I mean, same. I've definitely drank my own blood. Because, like, he'll have a decent blood supply going from, again, 100 years of adventuring, but it'll run out eventually.
Yeah.
Now in campaign, if anyone confronts him, he's running the fuck away.
Fair enough.
And then poor Victor will have to figure out what the fuck to do with everyone who just found out.
What will Victor do? Probably the best dad thing he can do.
You definitely have more faith in Victor than Isaiah does.
Oh no, I fully realize that Victor would probably do something out of spite.
I can't remember if you were around for that or I think it was something Isaiah messaged me privately actually when I was clarifying some things that no, Kane's mom was a piece of shit too. where he said something like in terms of Victor with the bar is in literal hell and I still only give Victor a 50-50 on passing it. But yeah, Victor definitely did get the harder job of the two.
Yeah.
Because at this point, Kane actually loves his dad. Whereas okay, not really vehemently hates, that's more reserved for the ladies at the orphanage, but he has very good reason to not like his mom, and he doesn't.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
I can't remember if I've told you the shit with his mom or not.
Probably not.
Well, I'll just leave it for now and just let Jester and Isaiah be the ones who know. Unless they've forgotten about it too.
Isaiah, I could definitely see forgetting about it.
Well, I think he already forgot about it once, because I know when I know when I like said something alluding to Kane's mom, and he asked, "Did Kane love his mom?" And my answer, which I won't say as to why, is absolutely fucking not. But I'm pretty sure I'd already told Isaiah by that point, but I could be mistaken. I mean, not for nothing, he doesn't actually remember her, because he was at an orphanage, like, when he was practically a newborn. But he's been told things about her from multiple sources, not just his dad.
Oof, that's probably the worst thing that could happen to a person, is you get told things.
Yeah, especially considering what it is he was told. Which, for the record, is true. Like, he's seen proof of it. I at least know in campaign he's told he made some like offhanded point to Victor, which I kind of feel like Isaiah had a missed opportunity to say, yeah, so are you. But I know he made an offhanded comment to Victor, not the rest of the party, about that his mother is dead.
Sorry if it doesn't seem like I'm interacting all that much.
Yeah, you're good. You're focused on drawing.
Okay.
And also his mom was that person that he alluded to with Johnny that he really did not want to see again when talking about seeing people who had died. Although, as I know, I've joked to Jester, yeah, no, that's definitely not the only person Kane doesn't want to run into from his life. It's the only person he doesn't want to run into from his life because of something they did. That might actually be something Kane tells Johnny first, is about his mom. Or Lorelai. Lorelai's probably more likely, but definitely not Victor. Victor just gets to endure the I'm a little piece of shit tantrums for a while.
To be fair, we did kind of, like, this party, the Baldur's Gate group did only just meet Victor and Lorelai fairly recently.
Fair enough. No, I find the idea funny, just that if Kane has to deal with this, he's gonna have fun doing it and just go all out with the evil shit with Victor.
No?
So it's just gonna be funny, like, contrasting the conversations that happen before everyone goes to bed and the shit that Kane says to Victor when they're in his room together. Which I am curious if Victor's just going to consistently go to bed after Johnny or what, because if Johnny's going to remember something, it's the fact that Kane has said on multiple occasions he wants a private room. For the record, if Johnny did say anything, Kane would come up with some bullshit excuse himself.
Well, then Kane has to hope that Johnny doesn't catch on to the fact that Kane is lying.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Which, I mean, shouldn't be too difficult to do because Johnny is not the best at figuring out when someone's lying. So
You don't say. I think Kane figured that out pretty quickly. Like, I joke about, well, technically a lot with Kane, but no, he has blatantly lied to all the members of the Baldur's Gate crew.
oh yeah, I have no doubt.
Well, I mean, you know he's a serial killer.
I mean, yeah.
But for the most part, I have taken to heart what you've said about the best lies have a hint of truth.
Yeah.
It's just so, like, I have tried to play into that a lot with Kane, but
I mean, it's working.
there's some things you definitely cannot ignore as I. But no, I've said before, I don't really want to say this to Jester themselves because I don't know. I kind of want them to get used to differentiating between, like, out of character knowledge and in character knowledge, but I feel like if anyone, like any character other than Victor, it makes sense to start suspecting Kane of shit, it's Lorelei.
Fair enough.
But I don't really want to say that to Jester themselves. I kind of want to see if they figure out that for themselves without, like, feeling like they're using out of character knowledge, but we'll see. or just to let Jester make that decision for themselves. Oh, right. A bit off topic, but I forgot that I wanted to ask you when we were talking about the AU stuff. Have you talked to Christian about Willow showing up in the campaign? Like, you don't have to tell me any specifics, just that is something Christian needs to know as the DM.
Yes, I have.
Okay.
And she will.
Okay, good to know. That's all I need to know.
That is the
I just
only
wanted to
thing
make sure because I know I would be stupid enough to not think of that.
In fact, he was the one that came to me and said, hey,
Oh, okay.
give me more information on this person.
Fair enough.
Come on. Why will it not let me? Is this thing?
What are you trying to do?
Trying to get it to where I can edit the word live. So I'm able to. I know I'm able to do it because I do that for because I do it for the line 42 thing. It's just I forget how I'm able to do it. And I'm trying to do it now, and it's not working.
Yeah. I will say the playlist I made of Johnny songs, I did listen to it just to make sure, like, it was the right songs and all that. I like just the game a lot more than I did when I first added it. Like, it kind of was like the opposite of me with Monster, where I was like, this song is not at all like how I interpreted it, is it? But just the game definitely seems to have grown on me since I first added it, thinking it still wasn't quite what I was looking for. Basically what I was originally getting at with Monster, and I still don't really have a song in Kane's playlist now that's the equivalent to it, but I think it's okay because there's definitely still a vibe of him feeling guilt from the fact that most of his dad's very blatantly manipulative songs are in that period of time. But Monster was originally supposed to, alongside The Taste of Blood, reflect Kane's guilt that he thought he'd mostly gotten over. He definitely had not. The first time he killed someone, that is.
All right. I'm done with the thumbnail art for this one.
Yay!
It's pretty. I'm very proud of this one. Alright, yeah. So I think... Because I think I want to take it a little bit slow for these. Instead of trying to do as much as I can within 4 hours. Do what I can.
Oops, my mom texted like 30 minutes ago that dinner was ready.
Oh.
I did not think I heard her moving that much. Okay, well, I'll be
Oopsies.
back.
Alright. That's fine. I'm gonna get out of live, but I'm still gonna stay in Discord. So, you're good. So yeah. Let me actually turn this music off. That will do it for this episode. Or for this live, I should say. It's not an episode, it's a live. That'll do it for this live. I finished the thumbnail, so anytime that I do a live stream with either the character version of me or Ventus, this will be what pops up. Um so yeah, this was fun. As I was trying to say earlier, I'm not gonna try and do everything I can within 4 hours. I want to try and take some of these slow. Um, so instead, I want to try doing something that's more like I'll do one piece of it, and I'll try to do as much of that I can within uh within the 4 hours. Um, but if I wind up finishing earlier, then that just means it's an early stream. Um, and I know not a lot of people are watching. In fact, like I don't think anyone's watching. But for those of you who watch later, I hope this was fun. And I hope you enjoyed the music. I'm actually really glad I was able to find that. I might actually save that to a playlist that I just title like non-copyright music, just so I can use it. Just so I can use stuff and I'm not having to constantly search for something. But yeah, that'll do it for this live. Um, this Friday, there will be no session, uh, or there will be no live stream because the session that we are doing is a campaign that we are not doing live. So yeah, no live this Friday. Hopefully, I will be able to game Monday without any interruptions. So, something I actually want to mention about live streaming for games is the reason why I've been streaming a lot of Minecraft recently is because my terabyte flash drive really likes to disconnect at the worst possibility, the worst time, and I don't want to have to deal with it. So I'm just kind of doing playing games that are on my computer, and that just so happens to be Minecraft and Minecraft only. Uh, so I don't really have anything else other unless I were to just try and stream from a game that is on my terabyte and then attempt to and like if it crashes, just try and fix it. I don't know. Uh, yeah. So that'll do it all for this stream. I will be back. Uh, I'll be back live Monday. See you then.